All right, guys. So the first thing that we're going to review is this zone that the Patriots just kept spamming. So let's get right into it. I'm going to show you a couple plays of how they use this, and then we're going to talk about some other things that Josh McDaniels did pretty well to help Drake May rise above the occasion. So these guys are in cover two. One of the things that the Patriots kept doing is using Henderson obviously to the flat. Nothing spectacular there. But what I see specifically from the Tampa Bay defense is that their linebackers are extremely aggressive, extremely well coached, but again, aggressive. And sometimes you can use that against opponents. You'll see this linebacker here step out this way. And what Stephon Diggs does is he follows through and just replaces where this guy is. It's not anything crazy. It's a very simple concept. But the problem with that is that this could easily, for a defense, this could easily give up 8 yards. And for a Patriots offense that really thrives on being on schedule, being able to stay in rhythm, this is the type of things that you just don't want to give Drake May. But unfortunately, you kind of do because it's his own. So see here how Stephon Diggs just replaces the linebacker. As soon as he leaves, Stephon Diggs is right there to pick up 9 yards. The Patriots use this same concept uh here when they were in the red zone. I believe this is against a cover three. I could be mistaken, but either way, same concept. We're gonna watch that play one more time. So you see Henderson's gonna go out. And Stefan is just going to now what they did was is actually use the tight end here to create really pushing up the seam, which then got these two guys to focus on maybe if he's trying to throw it right over the top because there would be a little bit of a space here for maybe a jump ball, which is a ball that Drake has completed before. So again, when you're seeing this guy on film, you believe he can make all the throws, and that little hesitation is all that matters. So again, pressing up because of this and because of this flat, again, what hole is opened up right here? This linebacker here again is taking the bait here. This cornerback here is playing off, and the safeties are playing over the top. So again, it's not a crazy play. It's not a world beater, but it's just the consistency of the plays that are really, really good. And Josh McDaniels is not afraid to use the same play over again and dress it up and make it look a different way. All right, guys. So I want to show one more example of this, and this is just a different way. Not only does Todd Bowles runs the same concepts in 1,000 trillion different ways, the Patriots do the same thing offensively. They're trying to hit the same zones and run essentially the same plays through different concepts or different groupings. So as you can see here, again, I believe the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are in a cover two. What do we talk about cover two? That opening right here with Henry, that comeback space, that space here, that curl, almost that curl route is usually going to be open. And don't and give credit to Tampa Bay as they were anticipating it. But again, great throw, great catch by Hollins, and now you're picking up 12 yards. All right, guys. So now I want to talk about the power of personnel groupings. So now we're here, we're in a 21 personnel grouping. One of the things that Brian Hoyer mentioned, if you guys follow him, is that he talked about uh, defenses having to stay in their base when the offense is essentially in their base or they have a form of their base offense. Usually the defense will respond with a base defense because they want to be on the field to be able to stop the run and essentially defend the pass. You want to take them out of that nickel set, especially if you're looking to pass the ball. Less athletes on the field, matchups with the linebackers. In this play here, Ty Bowles sends two guys. So essentially, what you're doing is a cover two look with a blitz. Well, one of the openings in cover two is usually when your linebackers drop and your safeties drop. There's this gap that sits between where they are, or maybe where they've dropped and where they've dropped. So because Todd Bowles is just trusting that the pressure is going to get there, he doesn't anticipate, or he does anticipate that his safety is going to be matched up with Stephon Diggs, and that's just not going to work. So this rush has to get here quickly. But then to add more confusion to this play of everything I'm saying, then he also has guys drop out late, which I don't understand. So I'm going to chalk this up as a confusing, maybe slightly unnecessary play call, because I do think that Todd Bowles did quite a bit much here in this cover two look that really essentially had more than one person open. But again, Josh McDaniels being prepared, being able to dial it up, just makes this play look very easy. And the reason why I bring this up is because you're going to see a really awesome touchdown by Kyle Williams with this same concept. So now let's look at the Kyle Williams play. This is something that I wanted to point out, and really give credit to the offensive line. The whole agenda of this offensive line, or sorry, this defensive line, was to corral Drake May, really take away his ability to escape the pocket and also stop him from stepping up into the pocket. But the problem with that is something that I seen on film is that the cornerbacks could be had in man coverage. I didn't think they were just essentially locked down. I think that this defense does a great job of marrying the pass rush as well as their secondary play. So as you can see here, Kyle Williams is going to essentially take off. Boom! It's a foot race. He tries to go underneath. And the problem with that is that Drake can absolutely put that on the money. And he absolutely put that on the money. And now you have Kyle Williams going to the house. Okay. Here's the crazy thing about that play, though. If you watch Hollins here, I believe it's Hollins. Hollins here is also open, or I believe that might be Henry. Nope, that's Hollins. Look at this. Hollins is open. And this actually causes a little bit of fear and panic because he's open. Now, this obviously I believe he was supposed to drop, but again, a great pass by Drake Maye and just a game of inches in his six versus anything else. But again, I did think that Tampa Bay secondary could be had in the secondary when they play man coverage, and I think Josh Daniels saw that as well. In this league, we talk about being a copycat league. One of the things I want to play out here or point out here before we show this play is that the Patriots took this play essentially from Atlanta. If you guys remember when Drake London was getting matched up with Marcus Jones, and he was kind of essentially catching over the top of him like prime Randy Moss. Well, one of the things that they were doing was bringing their guy in motion, which brings this cornerback down to be stacked with this guy. And now essentially it's I take the man out, you take the man out. I take first man, you take second man. Well, that creates a lot of opportunities for the wide receivers. And as you're going to see here, we're going to play this a little slow and not all just necessarily all the way through. But watch Henry. So he's taking outside, he's taking upfield, or he's taking first man out. So he takes Henry. Okay. Now you have Diggs on someone that he can out technique and get over the top. This play really is 50% play design, but also I really want you to watch what Diggs does here. Swipe. That arm swipe, just not allowing him to get the jam, knowing that this cornerback was flat footed, means everything. He's able to go over the top because of it. I want to watch this again before I fully explain. And again, this is the same thing that Atlanta did to the Patriots. And here they are installing the same thing, same concept, and using it the next week. Patriots offensive line group has had for a few weeks now the inability to get to the second level. And I've constantly seen Josh McDaniels not only find creative ways to help with blocking on the second level, but now I'm starting to see these guys have great pad level and splitting these defenders the right way so that they can get it to the second level very quickly. So I want to highlight something right here. Watch. I believe this is in oh man, and Moses, Morgan Moses. So we're going to watch this 1 second. Let's go back. Pass. Look how quick that pass off was. And he's already to the second level, which means everything. Again, let's watch that again. Pass. We're talking right here. On to the second level. They started off on this guy. He's immediately going to his next guy. Henry and Hollins are giving their all. Not the best blockers, but they're doing just enough to create space and create opportunity for Henderson, and he's gone. That's why getting to the second level is so freaking important. Being able to get to those linebackers quickly, especially when you have a small, explosive back, it just makes the world of difference. All right. And then, of course, the last touchdown that put the game away. I won't overanalyze this one. I believe that this one is just a freaking hustle play. This is a freaking We want it more than you play. And I want to give the Patriots all their credit for continuously fighting against a very, very good team, a very well coached team, and guys who play sound, smart, aggressive defense. So they're going to move here, get a man signal, doesn't matter. They're going to be tossing it. And this is something that I thought the Tampa Bay could give up. I know the edge, they didn't really give it up much early, but I thought I saw opportunities for them to be able to attack the edges in the second half. And I think it's Josh McDaniels' game. Go inside, pound inside, get you sleeping a little bit, make you feel confident about yourself and your ability to stop the run game. And then he does some stuff like this on the outside that's pretty cool. So let's watch it from the end zone view. All right. So we just got a zone block. We got our freaking defensive tackle out there just clearing. This guy wants no smoke. He absolutely can't make the tackle. Everyone's fighting. And because of that blow up, it causes a little bit of a bowling ball situation here. Henderson with great contact balance. And again, I want to go back to that great contact balance here. Boom, is able to stay on his feet. And man, just with 2 steps rebalance, he's already gone. I mean, but shout out to Vita Vea though. I mean, can we talk about that? Absolutely moving. But yeah, man, he's just gone. And that's just I want it. That's just I want it. So shout out to the Patriots. All right, guys, we're gonna talk about now what the Patriots need to do better. As in particular, obviously Drake Maye. One of the things we talk about is sack totals. He's second in the league in sacks, and of course, not every sack is counted the same, or it is counted the same, even though there are context behind every sack. But one of the things that I want to point out is the Tampa Bay being well coached enough to do what's called retracing. So this is the idea of pushing up and condensing the pocket down to the quarterback, and then someone is going to retrace where they were coming from, because they know that they're funneling him down the middle. So this is something that they did very well of, and this is something that I don't think Drake May necessarily has seen at all this year. So it was nice for him to see it. So now he can be more cognizant of it. So you'll see 96 here. Boom. It's a 4-yard gain. But as you guys can imagine, you don't want your quarterback taking this kind of hit for 4 yards. So see the retrace, slam to the ground. Again, just not something that you want to see your quarterback do. Let's watch it here from the end zone angle. 96 pushes up, kind of funnel him through the middle out here. Just Drake some time wanting to keep the play alive and makes that extra play. And in this play particular here, he almost gets Henderson taken out of the game. So he's, let's go back. I think they're running. Let's see what they're running here. So it's like a cover 2, possibly maybe cover 3, with a downfield safety, playing midfield. Everything's away. There's nothing necessarily open. So Drake is just kind of floating, waiting for an opportunity. But I want you guys to watch Henderson, and if you guys watch this game live, some of you know what I'm talking about. But Henderson gets nicked up here on this play because of this collision. So it's they're going to tackle Drake, and Henderson gets his knee taken out, essentially, or I believe it was his ankle. So again, Drake, just in my opinion, just throw that thing away. Let's live to see another play here. We don't have to have every play go for 6, and he knows that. I mean, Drake is very good at taking the check downs, but again, just little things like this, he's got to be smart about, because again, you could potentially have lost your starting running back for the game. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for episode 3 at 22 Chaos Film Review. Thank you guys so much for checking out the channel. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment. If you guys want me to do a particular game, if you guys would like me to review a particular team or situation or a coordinator, please let me know. I love the feedback. I love to get into the film, man. Obviously, I'm a Patriots fan, so that's where my heart lies, but I would love to get to a point once we find our rhythm to be able to cover more teams. Again, so like, subscribe. I really appreciate you guys, and check out tomorrow for the defensive review from the Patriots perspective. Have a blessed one.